that determines your life future. It's what you do about what happens. All of us are in like a little sailboat. And it's not the blowing of the wind that determines your destination, it's the set of the sail. Jot this phrase down, it's one of the best to understand. Kids need to understand it. The same wind blows on us all. The same wind blows on us all. The wind of disaster, the wind of opportunity, the wind of change. The wind when it's upside down, the wind when it's favorable and unfavorable. The same wind blows on us all. The economic wind, the social wind, the political wind. The same wind blows on everybody. The difference in where you arrive in 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, the difference in arrival is not the blowing of the wind, but the set of the sail. And that's what learning is all about, to set a better sail this year than last year. The first 6 years of my economic life, I wound up broke. Second 6 years, I wound up rich. Here's what changed the second 6 years of my economic life. It was my philosophy that changed. The set of the sail of better thinking, correcting the errors of the past and picking up new disciplines for the future. That's all I had to do at the end of the first 6. Correct the errors of the past and then pick up some new disciplines for the future. And my total life changed. The second 6 years was totally different than the first 6 of my working life. And guess who can do that? Anybody. Now you can keep on the same path for the next couple of years as you have the past 2. But if you wish to, and maybe everything's okay for you and you don't need to, but if you need to make some changes, I'm telling you, you can start doing it today so that the next 2 years will be drastically different than the last 2. And anybody who wishes to do that can. And you can do it between ages 40 and 43. You can do it between ages 13 and 15. You can do it between ages 60 and 62. Any 2 years, any 5 years that you wish to drastically change from the previous 5, you can do it. Anybody, if you wish to. This isn't written. This is not a law. Here's what it's called, opportunity. If you don't know you can drastically change your income, change your future, change your health, change your marriage, change everything. If you don't know that, some people then go year after year after year after year not making much changes simply because they didn't get to the class. They never read the book. They never went to the seminar. They never made the discovery. They didn't seek for the knowledge of how could I make my life better. And if you just rock along, I'm telling you it's okay. Anybody can live any way they choose, but I'm here to tell all of you that if you wish to, it's possible to make the next 3 years totally different than the last 3. And all you have to do is just a few things. It's not the blowing of the wind that determines your income. It's not the blowing of the wind that determines your fortune. It's the set of the sail. Maybe I've got some ideas that'll help you with a couple of little things about setting the sail of your thinking that might drastically give you multiplied more benefit the next 2 years than you've got in the last. So it's not what happens. What happens happens to everybody. It's not the blowing of the wind, but the set of the sail.
Okay, there again, we just want to welcome everybody to our boat. We're setting the sail, guys. We're working this business. We're getting into VP, bringing people into VP and Turbo, and building our downlines and creating cash flow and everything. And virtual properties is our main business, and we are doing everything we can to expedite the growth for all of us. So without further ado, we're going to watch the virtual properties overview, and hopefully if we have any new members come in, they'll be able to catch it. So let's go ahead with the virtual properties overview, and then I'll have a few other things to mention, and we'll go on from there. Go ahead, Dr. Now. Awesome. That is such a great, great video. Gives you an overview of what potential we have in this opportunity. And I just want to go a little bit further and give you all a few of the perks that are in the works at Virtual Properties that are being put in place for us and will be coming very shortly. So besides earning quite a lot of money, we are also going to have things that are only available to those who are in the community of Virtual Properties. There are going to be virtual resorts that we can visit, and I don't know if anyone has ever been to a real resort, but a lot of the same amenities and activities will be available virtually in these resorts that you would also see if you were going actually on a vacation somewhere. You'll be able to meet with people around the world without having to actually travel there. I know a lot of companies, IBM, Microsoft, a lot of the big companies, even some of the smaller ones, they're no longer sending their people overseas to have meetings. They're all meeting virtually, and it makes it a lot less expensive, and you still get to meet with people that you need to or would like to. So virtual resorts are going to be part of the plan. There's also land that has been purchased in Dubai that in the works right now is an actual life-size replica of one of the virtual resorts. So that's going to be very exciting. And each member of Virtual Properties is going to have an exclusive access to that and be an exclusive member. So that's very cool because we will all be able to go someplace that we all have in common and actually meet in person on a vacation someday if we'd like to do that. There's also, for instance, possibly virtual movie theaters that you will be able to go to and attend movies, watching them right on your computer screen. And they may even be movies that are not available in your local theater yet. So we would actually be getting first access to some great movies, possibly even concerts. If you have a band that you follow that is touring in another country, you may be able to go and watch that concert, again, on your computer screen without even leaving your home. So that's very exciting. I know there's a lot of other things that are in the works, and I'm sure there are things that they haven't even thought of that will be involved with this Virtual Properties. One of the things that a lot of the members were asking about was a virtual marketplace for all of us that are in Virtual Properties to be able to come and tell each other about other businesses, services, or products that we sell. And that is going to be an exclusive thing just within the members of Virtual Properties. We're going to be able to tell people about what we do and as well as who we are. Um, so if you can wrap your mind around some of those things, it's just really an amazing opportunity for all of us. And the world is going more and more virtual. So we are going to be able to do a lot of things via computer or however the future of computers work. We're going to be able to do a lot of things that we wouldn't necessarily be able to on our own. So this is a great opportunity for all of us, and it's going to continue to grow and evolve for years to come. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Now, and we're going to go into the next section of our presentation about to our virtual properties opportunity and 3D team. So Dr. Now, take it away.
Yes, everybody can hear me. Just give me a quick yes, and I will continue. Sherry, thank you very much for this wonderful description of virtual property, what it will be in the future. And I'm stoked. I'm excited. This is the first day of the rest of my life, and I'm living it. And I've lived a long and very nice and good life. I really have. And this is the first day of your life. So in other words, of your rest of your life. So enjoy, because we have a tiger by the tail. Virtual property in itself, if you have 10 landlords, if you have 10 renters and you're a landlord and they're all at the $1,000 level, your income is $14,200 per month. If you have 5 renters, it's $7,200 per month. And it will happen. There's 4 towers, the $50 tower, the $250 tower, the $500 tower, and the $1,000 tower. And the way we have it set up now, we have come together with a plan that is perfect. It works. What we have done just recently, we have added the Turbo Cycler, which, by the way, is just similar to Virtual Profit. Now, the Turbo Cycler is for 3D Virtual Profit members only, and it will be on the 3D Virtual Profit spreadsheet when we are combining when we are making the money in the Turbo Cycler, and then we are being given the rent is forgiven for the first month in the Virtual Profit 3D form. So the landlord will forgive that rent for the first month, and then the second month you will have the subscription for $50 and $250. Now, what we've added on is called the Turbo Cycler. It is a member-to-member again, and it's not like a usual cycler where you have to go through a company. This is member-to-member. In other words, we have way more control of that. There's a $39.95 fee that is paid up front to get the website and everything else, and that fee is every 3 months. Then what we have added into the mix in there is a Mexican team and a African team from Pastor Kumi in Ghana. I have about 120. I'm getting another 200 out of Mexico people that are waiting to be adopted. And the same thing, we have 100 people in Africa. We are adopting them. We are not piffing them in. We are adopting them. So the way we adopt them is, I'm going to explain all that after we see the actual video for Turbo Cycler. And then the last thing that we have in our Team Assist build, not a team build, is that we have a co-op for advertising for all of us. And we have now had that just about close to 4 weeks, and it's now working. It's panning out. We have leads, and everyone that is here today on the program, on the webcast, can and will simply contact Eric Hatfield after, if you wish to get some leads. Now, we have opt-in leads, we have survey leads, and we also have SEO leads, and then in the near future, we'll have leads from traffic through the viral cast through Facebook and all the social media optimization that we're doing out of the Philippines. And we also will naturally, our marketing website is growing in hits daily, and we'll go up to 120,000 hits in 90 days. That's the guarantee that we have. So there will be continuous growth with new leads, new people coming in. And the way we're going to do the leads, we are going to be um, explaining that just after the video. What I'd like to do now, I would like you to watch a short video that will explain how Turbo Cycler works, the actual pay plan. And remember, it is peer-to-peer. It is not through a company. So in other words, we control, we can mark people paid, and we can then at that same time um, make money very quickly. And I'm telling you, it does go fast. I mean, I've had people in my downline, they made money literally in a couple of days, 3, 4 days. But you will be able to help, and we'll be not passive, all of us. We will be active, unless there is. I have a new thing that I'm working on right now, that you will then be able to help you with that. Okay, I need to go to YouTube. No, I have a problem with my video. Hang on a second. That is no good.
The compensation structure is based on a time-tested compensation plan called a 2x2.
Hang on. Can you still hear me? Can you still hear me? Yeah? Okay. Let me see if I can get this video going here. I need to... Oh, yeah. Okay, doesn't look like I'm... Let me just see here.
The compensation structure is based on a time-tested compensation plan called a 2x2 cycler follow your sponsor matrix. The basic principle of a 2x2 is that there are a maximum of 6 positions that can be taken at any one time, called a matrix. 2 under you and 2 each under those people. So here you see on the diagram, it's 1, 2 under you. Those are positions number 1 and 2. And then you have position number 3 and 4, which are the first 2 people underneath position number 1, and 5 and 6, which are the first 2 positions under position number 2. Now there's 4 different ways you can make money. The first way is selling the product. That's called personal sales. As you refer someone to the program, they purchase a $200 product package. Okay, that's position number 1. Now maybe that person, position number 1, also makes a sale, and they refer person number 3, and that's a $200 product package. That person is instructed by the system to pay you $200 because anyone that lands on your second generation, that's position 3 or 4 or 5 or 6, are going to be instructed by the system to send you $200 directly. And again, this is paid directly to you, not through the company, and you're free to accept the payment in any way, shape, or form you like. The second way is spillover. Now in the diagram here, with the face there, you have your upline, and you also have your matrix, which is just below your upline. Now your upline has position number 1 and 2, so you're in position number 1, and the second position in your upline's organization, we'll just call that filled with someone that's already have a sale. So now at this point, your sponsor or upline makes a sale, and that's the $200 sale you just saw there, and the system is going to search from left to right, up and down, and it's going to put that person in the first open available spot. Okay, so that's spot number 2. What happens here is that number 2 can now go out and make a sale. That's a $200 sale, and that $200 is now your second level. That's spot number 5, and the system is going to instruct them to pay you $200. Now what's important about that is the $200, of course, landed on your second level, so you make that, but that sale was not directed by any effort of your own, because the spot number 2 was coming from your sponsor or your upline, and that position landed there through no effort of your own, and that person introduced number 5, which also goes to you. So that's a sale that comes as no effort of your own, which is great. Next way you can make money is called team sales. Now again, this is your organization, and we have those 6 spots, number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, and number 5, and number 6. So what happens here is you have your first 2 spots. Let's just say that you brought them in. They're your personally sponsored people. Now, people go out and they work as a team to be able to bring in sales. Now, spot number 1 brings in spot number 3, and that is a $200 sale. The system instructs that person to send you $200, and you get paid. Spot number 1 also gets their 2 sales, and they bring in $200, which is instructed by the system to pay you. So again, everyone is working together as a team to bring in at least 2 people. So you brought in 2, spot number 1 brought in their 2, which is position 3 and 4, and spot number 2 has also brought in their spots, number 5, which also pays you $200, and spot number 6, which also pays you $200. So in this case, everyone that reached your second level paid you $200 apiece, which is a total of $800 going to you. The next way you can make commission, called follow your sponsor. So as you start to build a team, 1 and 2, and those people bring in people and so on, you have your organization here. When you cycle, or when anyone else in your organization cycles, the system is automatically going to close out your 6-person matrix and then look for the first open available spot in your sponsor's matrix that they're working right now. In this position, it would be number 1. So now you're closing out the 6-person position you're currently in because you have all those spots filled. The system looks to place you back in the $200 matrix, and now you're taking the first available spot, and we'll call this number 1 in your sponsor's matrix. You're instructed who to send your $200 to, and the process happens over and over again. So you've made $800 from the 4 positions, and you're sending back $200. Now you're netting $600 on that complete matrix. So the next time, say spot number 2, when they fill up their 6-person matrix, so let's say spot number 5 brought in 2 and spot number 6 brought in 2, the complete matrix for them is finished, so now they're going to look to follow you and your spot number 1, and they're going to follow and fill up spot number 3. The same thing happens for position number 5. Let's say that you also sponsored position number 5. When they cycle again, they're going to follow you and take the first open position, which again would be spot number 4. Okay, that's in your sponsors matrix, spot number 4. All right, so let's quickly review. We use the 2x2 compensation plan, which earns income a few different ways. Personal sales. Introduce others to buy your audio-video education package. Spillover. Since level width is limited to 2 people, new sales can roll over to the next available position. Team sales. People work as groups or teams to fill in 2 levels, and those people also do the same thing, thus assisting people in filling in positions and cycling. Follow your sponsor. As your matrix fills, you'll also follow your sponsor and fill in one of the open spots in the active matrix that your sponsor is in. The same thing happens to all your personal sales. They will follow you, thus causing you to cycle again and again.
Okay, that is a great, great system, guys, and it is working. I just want to mention one thing. I know a lot of you have probably been involved with cyclers before and maybe hear the word cycler and kind of cringe a bit. But I want to tell you the difference between this cycler and other cyclers that you may have been in that are no longer around. The difference here is that it is member to member, and you are not waiting until you cycle out to make the money. You're making the money, the $200 comes to you upon entry of the person who comes into your matrix, not when you get pushed out. So that is a very unique and different thing that most cyclers that I know of anyway do not work that way. So that is one of the things that is helping us tremendously to have some cash flow up front and be able to bring in these Mexican team members and African team members, and then also bring them into VP. So I just wanted to make that little mention there on what's different about this cycler than most other cyclers that are out there right now. So go ahead, Dr. Now.
Okay, thank you, Sherry. So let's talk about this turbo cycler. As Sherry said, it is member to member, and we have it set up in such a way that it is really going to happen pretty well on autopilot. It can be. But again, it is going to be proactive, not just come in and sit there and wait for other people to do the work for you. Now, we give you all the tools. And I have worked on a plan today which will make it literally, you know, easy for you to do that. Very easy. But right now, let's talk about how to get into the turbo cycler. There's two ways. You have the turbo way, which is where you actually get a link from the person that introduces you, and you go in and you join, and you pay $39.95 on your credit card. If you do not have a credit card, there is a way now you can pay with STP or AlertPay, not PayPal, never PayPal. AlertPay or STP can be done. And then once you've done that, you will be then informed who to send the $200 to, and those $200 you can send to the person that you have joined under, and you will then send them either, you know, whatever they say, AP, STP, whatever. You could even do Western Union, some of you, I mean, if you want, but most of us are using just STP and AlertPay. Then the next thing that happens, because when you are coming into this turbo cycler, you will also be given a position in the 3D team virtual property assist spreadsheet. All of you that are in EVP know that spreadsheet. It's got green positions that are the $50 tower. It has orange positions that's the $250 tower. There's yellow positions that's the $500 tower. And now we're bringing in and adopting Mexicans, and they are going to be blue. In other words, they are going to be like a blue color. And I just want to mention one thing, and this is also directed to Eric, that when you are adopting a Mexican, and you will adopt a Mexican on your pay line, because that is the third position under you, because that is when you can mark him paid without actually having, you know, to pay someone the $200 when the Mexican comes in. So you can then, or African, and you can then mark him paid. You will have to say, there's a form that we fill in so that Marilyn can add to the spreadsheet the Mexicans. For example, if you were to look at this spreadsheet right now, you will see at the bottom of the list 9 Mexicans. That's what we have brought in. But there's only 3 over on the columns I, J, and so on, because we haven't been informed yet by the person that adopted the Mexican which landlord is going to get this Mexican or African. So we need to know which landlord, so that Maryland then can put the not only put them at the bottom, but they can also put it in and start populating your you know, your renters. And don't forget, every one of these Mexican is worth to you $1,800 per month, because what happens with the Mexicans when they are coming in, they are committed, number one, to not only pay you back instantly. It's an adoption, it's not a PIF. They pay you back instantly the moment they're on the pay line and they get $200. It is paid back to the actual adoptee. And not only that, in the first cycle, they will then also use $200 for a second member to come in, that it to be adopted, another adoptee in another Mexican or African, and that again will be for your you being the landlord. That's your second one. And can you imagine if you were to, you know, over the next month or two, you'll have like a total of 6 or 7 or 8, 9, 10 Mexicans that are all paying you $250 a month, and it's all been brought in by our system. You'll be laughing all the way to the bank. Now, there's a second way that you can come into Turbo Cycler, and that is what I call the patient way. You basically are patiently waiting, and that is if you do not have the money to pay the $239.95, you simply can be waiting to be adopted. We will have an adoption list where you can wait to be adopted, and then when someone has made money and or he wants to adopt you, they will simply then adopt you from profit, and then you know that when you adopt it, the first time you make money, you will then actually pay whoever adopted you the $200 back. So there is two ways. It doesn't have to be right now that you need to come up with the whole money, but there's the turbo way, which is much quicker, and then there's the patient way. Now let's talk about how we are going to make this a huge success. Well, number one, the co-op is working. In other words, we have leads. We have thousands of opt-in leads that we hand out. We have survey leads, which has an incredible array of information about the people, anything from why they want to work from home. These are surveys these people filled in that they want to work from home, how much money they have available to invest, how much is their goal to make per a month, why do they want to work in from home, and why they want to retire or whatever. And you have their phone numbers, you have their email addresses, you have their, everything that is necessary is there. It's in a CS file, and we will give everyone here today, and they can simply connect with Eric Hatfield. He will put his Skype ID in here later, and you can connect with him, and everyone that's here will get 110 leads. There will be a combination of 10 leads of survey and SEO leads. Those are the good. The survey leads are really the cream of the crop. You don't need a lot of those because it will be easier to invite those. And and then the opt-in leads the same way. Now, what are you going to do with those leads? Well, it's very simple. You are going to get taught. You're going to get instructions. There is going to be two files that are going to be given to you with the leads. One file is the Mexican adoption rules that shows you what the Mexicans give back. I mean, they actually, out of their first 4 cycles, give you back, I believe, one in the first one in the second one. They're going to give you 2 in the third and 2 in the fourth. And that's a total of 6 new Mexicans that will do the same. So you'll be getting 6 new renters in your 3D team VP business. Exciting, isn't it? Now, so they reinvest all their money where you keep all your money. You don't reinvest. When you cycle out, you will actually put 200 for the next cycle, and the rest of the money is yours unless you adopt a new person, either a Mexican or somebody that's waiting to be adopted from our own people. So again, these leads that you're getting, these 110 leads, you will be then taught, and we'll give you another a file that gives you a sample email to use to send out. So what are you going to do with this? Well, simply, you're proactive. So you will now take those leads and you send them out. Emails, and send them an email today. And I would suggest you send no more than maybe 50 or 20. It depends how you want to do this. The email is written in such a way that we're trying to get around for them to go into spam. They still may end up in spam. So the key to the program is very simply this. You will be able to simply, after the email you have sent, you will be calling them up on the phone, and we will give you a script and how to do that also in a file, and then invite them. It's just a matter of talking to them and inviting them to these webinars, because when they come to these webinars and they see all the people here and everybody has invited a few people, the excitement itself will make sure that they will join us, because we will help you close them. We'll do 3-way calls with them. We have some good closers here. We got Lori, Sherry, myself. We will help you with them, so you're not going to be left alone. Now, there is going to be some people that even are afraid to do the phone call. I am sure that's going to happen. So I've been racking my brain overnight, and I came up with an idea, and I have to say, I haven't run it past Irvin yet in the Philippines, because over there he has a team. And what I can do, if you want, and it's going to be up to you guys if you want to do that, you can send, I see if he's willing to do this, you're going to send him the leads, your leads, the 110. And the idea is that he will put them out in his autoresponder through that he has set up. And he will then have someone in his team that has access to calling North America call and invite them for you, so you don't have to do this yourself. And I haven't done the deal with them yet, so don't quote me on how much. It won't be that much. I'm thinking around 20 bucks, 25 bucks maybe. And if you want to do that and have a secretary, so to speak, to invite the people to the webinars for you, and you meet them there because they're going to know it's you because they have the email with your name on it, then you can use that service. Okay? So there is different ways that you can do that. So you can either hire someone to do it for you, or you do it yourself. It's up to you. It's proactive. Once they come into the webinar, though, you are the one that's going to interact with them, welcome them, and then after the webinar, it's vital that you then simply make a little chat in here for getting together with them on the phone quickly when the iron is hot, and then close them. And if you need a three-way to close them, please, we're here. But don't forget, we're also very busy doing our own stuff, and we are organizing so that other people can help other things. We have Eric. We will also have Mike Hill, I believe, that's going to help us with certain things. So, we'll be around. I'm trying to outsource as much as I can for everyone so that you do not have to worry, that it becomes the kind of thing we all dream of, a team build. But it can't be a team build, because team builds really don't work, because people come in and they actually sit there and wait for someone else to do the work. With the co-op, with the leads, with the outsourcing of the invitation to the webinar, with the daily webinars, and once it gets rolling, I'm considering to do a 10 o'clock webinar at night, so there'll be 2 days, 2 webinars a day, one at 2 and one at 10 o'clock at night. It really, in my mind, is a foolproof system for you to go from where you are to virtual property heaven, meaning being retired with a 6-figure income monthly in a year from now. I can pretty well promise you that should happen that way if you do and duplicate what we have in place here. So again, remember, every Mexican you adopt, or anyone that is you adopt, is not a PIF. It is a adoption. That means you will be compensated for that adoption as by you having them marked as paid. Not even have to pay for them. You mark them as paid, and you will get that $200 when they're in money. Wonderful. Number one. Number two, you can adopt people that are waiting. If you have made money and you have an extra $200 and you're not in a position, then adopt a member that hasn't, because he will pay you back. Meaning one of our members that don't have the money, he will pay you back once he is in profit. Now you're gonna realize another thing, that whoever comes in, when these Mexicans come in, or these adoptions come in, each one of those adoptions will get 110 leads. So each one of those adoptions need 2 people. They have to have 2 people. So it is your job to make sure that the actual person that comes in will be then also given 2 people. So either hire someone to do that for you or do it yourself. That's the key, because everyone needs 2 people in this program, and it's easy to get. You have the leads, you have the opportunity, we have the SEO, we have the Facebook marketing, we have the social media optimization, everything's in place, and we have leads available right now that you can work with. Use them, mail them, call these people. Don't mail them and sit there. They're not going to come. Trust me, that doesn't work. You have to talk to them. I can talk. You can talk to me. I am probably going to be in the next week sometime do an actual webinar on how to do this, how to train in this room. We'll decide later in the week. I just want to get this organized. There's so many things there's only 24 hours a day, but we'll try to get it organized. So again, it will be organized. It'll be with forums, with everybody. We have Marilyn. This is the queen of the spreadsheets. She will handle all the spreadsheets. We have Eric that will help us with assigning everybody up. And any one of you that want to adopt someone today, just contact Eric and Skype, and all you need to do is give him your link to him. He'll do everything else. You need to pay the $39.95, and he will explain to you how that's done. If you want leads today, just Skype him, and that's how it works. So at this point in time, there's only another thing is any of the webinars, and if you looked at those of you that have seen the actual email that we send out, We actually in the email tell them that they will get a choice of a gift to come to the presentation of either a gas certificate, a $100 gas certificate, or a $100 grocery certificate, which is a cashback certificate. So they have something of value to come for to begin with. And they also, for being at these presentations, there will be international gifts to be given out, and I will usually at the end of the presentation tell you which ones they are. So the as far as the $39.95, I saw a question from Mike Hall. It's $39.95 to activate the Turbo Cycler, and you can use STP or AP, and it's $42 because of the fees by the payment processors. So I'm excited. I'm stoked. I have all kinds of wonderful future looking forward to. So please, at this point, it's open for questions. Sherry, take it over if you want to say something else, but let's do some questions and answering if you have it, and we'll continue from there. You will pay. Where do we pay? Contact simply Eric. He will tell you everything. Okay? No, if it's in Turbo Cycler, it's $39.95, and it's $200 to come in to pay to the person that introduced you. So it's $239.95 or $242, Mr. Costa. Sherry, any want to say a couple of something else?
Yeah. Actually, no, I think we're good. We need to get these questions answered. HBC Costa, I'm not sure what you're asking. Where do you pay for what?
Yeah, for Turbo, you paid $42 or $39.95. $39.95 with a credit card. It's every 3 months. That is the first, and it's the activation of your Turbo Cycler. Or $42 if you don't have a credit card. That is with STP or AP. And on top of that, $200 to the person that introduced you. Okay, that's what it is. Any other questions? Well, looks like we've done a great job. So in the meantime, what I would like to do, Sherry, is a couple of things. First of all, can you put in the website that we have, our marketing site, www.virtualproperty3dworld.com. That is where all our efforts are going to be with social media optimization and SEO. Then put in your landing page, because everybody's going to get a landing page, and this landing page is going to be vppromo.in. You get it for free in Virtual Property, and you can hire someone to do one for you. Sherry has a wonderful one, and we all have like mine is drnow.vppromo.in. You can get your own. So you can pay a little money to have it done. There is where we have our buttons where people are actually going to pay each other. And by the way, in Turbo Cycler, when you join, Eric will walk you through on how to make sure that your payment processes are in place so that the people can know who to pay you with. And then the next thing that I would like to do is give you the gift for today. The gift for today is the first one is, like always, for the internationals. It's a vacation in a timeshare place around the world. No hook. You don't have to go to a presentation. It's a $1,500 value, about 70% discount. A great value. 3,500 resorts around the world. The second one today will be a cruise, about a 70% saving. It's a cruise in North America, I believe, in the Caribbean. And the third gift, there's a total of 5. The third gift today is a MP4 player. It's a $100 value. There is some service charges that you pay, but it's a great value. And then there's the 2 certificates for gas and groceries, both $100. And you simply collect your receipts, and every month you get $20 back. So over 5 months you get the $100 in savings. It's like a loyalty program. So you can choose one of those 5 if you're in Virtual Property. If you're a new person and coming in, you can choose one of those 2. And you can also Actually, you can choose both the gas and the groceries, plus one of the travel cert. All right, so that's it for me today. Any other questions? Sherry, do you want to close it off? And I think we had a good turnout. I'm glad that we are going to be able to help everybody to become financially successful. And as I said, this is the first day of the rest of your life, and make it count. We do have Facebook pages. Yes, Sherry, thank you. Thank you, Mike. I'm very excited. That's why when I'm excited, I can, really get myself going, and that's the main thing. I sometimes don't even sleep. Actually, I didn't sleep much last night, but that's a different story. Anyway, so I will see you on some beach someday, and Sherry, please close it out.
Thank you so much, Dr. Now, and thank you all for coming to the presentation today. If you are new, you can reach me via Skype. My Skype ID, I'm typing it in right now. And there are a few other, thank you, Mike.